What is going on, people? It's Matt from Liquid Loans, and in this video, this live stream, I've got a very, very nice guy, a brilliant community member who has not only his own liquid loan strategy, but an amazing spreadsheet that he's going to show us. So, with no further ado, Mr. Hexicat. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming on the stream.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.
Cool, cool. So we connected through the Liquid Loans chat, the Liquid Loans admin. You're an amazing guy. I love your strategy. I love your spreadsheet that we're going to get into a bit later. But for the people who don't know who you are, maybe a little bio, bit of background about yourself, please.
Yeah, sure. I worked in telecommunications for a long time. After that, I did some sales, and now I also work in IT. And I got into crypto in 2017, and just been hodling ever since. And just happened to find Hex in January of 2021, and pretty much from there, it's been full forward.
So how did you find it? So a year ago, 2020, Jan 2021, right? So yeah, a year ago.
Yeah, I just missed the big payday. It was a little bit after. I have no idea how I didn't see it working from home all of 2020. It was never on the internet. Maybe it was gatekept on my YouTube. I just happened to see someone tweet underneath, I think it was Pomp or someone on a Bitcoin Maxi, and they posted Richard Hart would disagree. And then I just went on YouTube and started Googling. Of course, the first stuff that came up was all scams. But I just happened to find, yeah, I happened to find Crypto Coffee and Hodl Dog, and they convinced me to give it a shot. So I put in a little bit of money for a 3-month stake just to see how it worked, and I was hooked. Within a month, I was putting in a 15-year and a 10-year, and then more and more.
Wow, joining the 5555 pretty quickly. That's awesome, buddy.
Yeah.
It's so annoying, isn't it, though, whenever you, well, for anyone, who's got into Hex and the ecosystem, they have to go through that scam accusation or all the scam accusations, but nobody can say why it's a scam, and nobody can find anyone who's been scammed. It's just a scam, right?
Exactly, man. I've never heard of one person scammed yet. So we keep asking. Overwatch has put out the reward for millions of dollars if you can prove it. Just hasn't happened.
Yeah, dude. Unfortunately, most people are sheep and they don't want to do their own research. They want someone else to tell them what to think. And it's very easy to go on YouTube, find a furu and hear them say, well, that's good and that's bad. And because that person has a microphone, then obviously you have to believe them full-heartedly without doing your own research. So it's good that you did your own research. You went down the rabbit hole. You watched Hodl Dog and Coffee, was it?
Yeah, Coffee. Coffee was the first guy I saw, and then I found Hodl Dog right after that.
Yeah, two good guys with great content too. So here we are now, February now, February 2022, on the verge of Pulse going live any day soon. What are your thoughts about the ecosystem and what's going on right now?
Oh, I love it, man. We're all excited. We just can't wait. Couldn't get here soon enough. Hopefully sooner than later, but I'm willing to wait as long as it's perfect and ready to go. So
absolutely, yeah. We don't want anything done too hastily and regretting it, obviously. So it sounds like we're getting close. Progress is being made like every week, every time Richard does a live stream, there's more progress. Any thoughts? I know it's all speculation, but any thoughts on your side about a possible launch date for mainnet? Don't want to put you on the spot, but yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, I have no idea. I mean, you hear anything from March to midsummer, so no idea. Every time it's asked to me, you just give the typical response, 4 weeks. So
4 more
everybody
weeks.
knows 4 weeks.
Yeah, 4 more weeks. I mean, again, it's all speculation. We don't know. And obviously we do want it done properly. But, you're someone who's come up with your own liquid loan strategy, which has been really, really good, man, because it's given Haunted, I think, was the first, right? And then others have come up, Hodpril, you, Red Squirrel, and these have all given a differing contrast just to Haunted strategy, which is great. But of course, you have to be aware of what's going on in the market on your time. So how did you come up with that strategy first before we pull it up on the screen?
Yeah, really, it's just about being agile and liquid, I call it, or able to adjust to the market. I think a lot of people will have the same idea. They don't want to go all in on one strategy in case things change. Don't get me wrong. I love Haunted strategy. I plan on doing it. But if the market does something we don't plan on, I want to be able to adjust. And the Liquid Loans protocol actually allows you to do that in a couple different ways.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you have to be agile, you have to know what's going on. And because it's not just a borrowing and lending protocol, there's the stability pool, there's staking, and also there's other stuff that you can do when you mint your USDL. Actually, there's infinite things you can do when you mint your USDL. I think it's great that all these community members are coming up with differing strategies. So let's take a look at yours. Let's pull this up on the screen and yeah, talk us through it.
Yeah, I got a little lag here the way we're doing this, so everything's catching up late, but
no problem.
Now it came up. All right, yeah, so you just start with Pulse. So either you did the Pulse sacrifice, you'll get Pulse that way, or you go out and you buy it, you connect it to the Liquid Loans dApp, you mint USDL as a loan, and then you have three options basically. So if the market's doing really well, there's low volatility, I'm going to probably start with Haunted strategy, you know, every % rise in the price of Pulse, you're going to mint some USDL, you're going to take that, swap it for Pulse, and then you're going to dump it back in, and then you're just going to rinse and repeat and just keep waiting. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. If the market goes a little sideways action and it's kind of flat, I plan on taking half of the loan, doing the same thing as Haunted, and then the other half I'm going to take and I'm going to put that in the stability pool. When you put USDL in the stability pool, it earns actually loan tokens and yield as well as extra Pulse. You can take that Pulse, compound it, put it back in the top of the vault, and then you could take the USDL and just leave it parked there in case something happens. So if the market starts to go down a little bit, it's always there as a hedge. That's basically where you come to the third part. If the market's really volatile and we're doing like what Hex has done the last 4 months, I mean, we've been down, it's holding, but you know, we've been down. So Haunted's not going to work as great if that's happening, because you can't, there's no 10% rise to mint invest. So what I'm going to do there is take all the USDL I mint from loans, put it in the stability pool. So it's not just sitting there doing nothing. When it's in the pool, again, you're making loan token, you're earning it in yield as well as Pulse. And then if the market starts coming down and gets closer to your liquidation point, so say you get under 200% liquidation or collateral level, you can take that USDL and you can use it to pay down some of the loan, increasing your percentage again. So you're mitigating the risk that you have there just by keeping that USDL parked on the side, but you're also using it and it's working for you too. You can also take the loan token. There's a couple parts that didn't fit on this slide because there's only so much you can put on there. But all that loan token you earn, you can actually take that and put it in the staking pool as well. In that staking pool, it earns you USDL and small amounts of Pulse as well from arbitrage opportunities. So you USDL and you can just use that to pay down the loan, or you can extract value, take it out to the real world, swap it, send it to your CEX, and you know, go buy your Lambo, your house, your rent, groceries, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It really is good to have these different options because, you know, obviously we all want the market to be bullish the whole time, but let's be realistic. Nothing goes up forever, as we've seen with Hex, right? We're seeing a lot of sideways action at the moment, and we've seen probably a 76, late 60s to like early 70% drop from the all-time high back in September. So
yeah, I don't know the rate exactly, but I mean, I do know that the markets, I think Christian looked it up, and Hex nor Ethereum has ever dropped more than a low 60s in one day. So if you put in, say, 500% collateral, and Haunted starts at 1,000%, so you're at 10x. You're very safe there. You're protected from an 89% drop. But even if you just do 500%, you're protected from a 78% drop in the market. And you know, if it does start to get lower, you can always put more Pulse into the system, either buy it or just whatever you've been using on the side. You can put it back in, or you can pay down some of the loan to increase that collateral ratio to keep from getting liquidated.
Sure. So yeah, like you said, it's always good to be over collateralized, highly over collateralized, whatever strategy you're using, because you want to hold on to your Pulse forever, right? I mean, the goal.
That's the thing. Never sell.
Hashtag never selling. The goal of using liquid loans is about holding your asset, your best performing asset, while acquiring liquidity to go out into the real world. Like you said, buy the Lambo, buy the house, living expenses, invest in something else, into real estate, or whatever you want to do, right? It's up to you where you are in your life. But having all these options and multiple options, multiple strategies from different community members, and also the Hexicat strategy, which has multiple options alone in one strategy. So I think this is really, really good. What do you think is going to happen when Pulse goes live?
I think it's going to be really volatile in those first few weeks. You know, that's the reason Liquid Loans isn't launching for about a month, give or take. You look at Hex when it launched in December 2nd of 2019, 33 days after it hit an all-time low. So a lot of people were panicking at the time, is from what I heard. Obviously, I came later, so you know I'm only hearing what happened after. But a month should give us time to see what happens. I don't think Richard. I think he planned better for this one. I think I always heard that the adoption amplifier and there was a lot of liquidity, too much liquidity, he said, in some of his streams. So I think it's going to be volatile, but if we can educate people more about liquid loans and that they don't have to sell, I think it could be crazy what happens to the price of Pulse. Those first few weeks, though, yeah, I think it's going to be volatile. There's going to be people that aren't Hexicans, aren't Pulsicans. They just got in because they saw an opportunity on a new chain. They don't care. They're just going to get in and sell and dump. But you know, the real players in the community, the people that are loyal, I think when they get in, they're going to hold their Pulse as long as they can. And if you use liquid loans, you never have to sell it.
It's a no-brainer. Why would you sell your best performing asset? We've talked about this already, but imagine if you're one of the people that sold Bitcoin at $1, $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, even $10,000, you'd still be on suicide watch, right?
Yeah.
So
the pizza guy.
Exactly. Why would you sell if you didn't have to? And create a taxable event. You know, most jurisdictions in the world, you're gonna have to pay tax unless you live, I don't know, in Dubai or the Virgin Islands or something like that. So acquire liquidity and hold on to your asset. I mean, it really is a game changer. So yeah, the more people that use this, especially like the haunted strategy, the price could take off along with the community. We know that a lot of the people that sacrificed for PulseChain were Hexicans who know a thing or two about delayed gratification. You know, new Pulsicans who are also being educated by Hexicans who are told, listen, diamond hand this. It's not a 2x or a 10x or whatever. So like you said, there will be people, there will be people that are going to flip on a 2x and a 5x or whatever. But there's a big part of the community that are, hashtag never selling. So it could really be crazy.
Yeah, the key is you don't have to sell. And, if you come to the Telegram room and you look in our pinned messages, there's like 10 or 11 different strategies now. There's ones related to real estate. There's some that if you say you didn't participate in the PulseChain sacrifice, there's strategies in there that can start you off using the other parts of the protocol without having to take a loan at all. It's not just one thing in this protocol. But definitely go in, check it out. There's so many different ways you can use it. And, it's just amazing that you never have to sell your PulseChain.
Absolutely. Just going to shout out to the chat and answer a few questions before we crack on. Mr. A, what APY can we expect from loan staking? An educated guess, please. Well, firstly, no expectation from the work of others, but you could see between 10 and 30% around that, I think. But again, this is just a guess. This is speculation. Obviously, we won't know that until the sacrifice phase is done and we have total supply and what's not. William Nancolas says, what can you do if a small budget, you missed both PulseX, but have a small amount sacrificed into liquid? When it opens, can you start with liquid loans to build the others? Again, not financial advice. Do your own research. My advice to everyone is sacrifice what you can afford, right? If you believe in stable coins that are algorithmically backed, no non-governance, no admin keys, all that good stuff, real DeFi, then this could be something you're interested in. But of course, only sacrifice what you're willing to put into the sacrifice. Let me just jump down. You're getting some shout outs here, Hexicat, in the chat. You got some fans. So cool. So let's move on to something else. And this is going to be sorry, I'm just trying to pull this up. This is your collateral calculator. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, it's just something I put together to help people out with the collateralization stuff because it's a hard concept for people to get. Once the dApp's out, you're not even going to need this. I mean, the dApp, the front end is going to do everything for you. That's obviously not live yet. So Haunted loves my calculator. He talks about it all the time. He loves the yellow. It's an inside joke, but he'll get it. But yeah, all you do if you go to the Liquid Loans Telegram group, it's in the pinned messages. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is enter the data in the yellow. So say you're getting 100 million Pulse tokens. You just put 100 million in there.
Okay, so let me do that now because I'm pulling this up at the moment. So we want 100 million in Pulse tokens, right?
Yeah, just for a round number.
Yep.
I got a delay here. So yeah, the current price is just what you expect the current price to be. So, you know, make something good up, I guess. Maybe 0.005. I know a lot of people are saying 0.40 and a 1. Whatever you want to put in there that you think the price will be. And then you can put in under USDL loan amount, how much loan you want to take. Once you put the price, it'll tell you what you can get. So right there, you can get $500,000. That's what your Pulse will be worth. So say you want to take $100,000 loan there. So you just enter $100,000.
Yep.
And then it'll once you get off that field, it'll calculate the 110% collateral ratio. That's your liquidation point. So the only thing the protocol cares about is one, that there's $2,000 minimum debt at all times. But the real only thing that matters is that you have 110% collateral. So your loan, whatever that amount is, times 1.1. So if you were liquidated, the price of Pulse would have to drop you below $110,000. At that point, you could be liquidated. It's a manual process. A button has to be pushed. But it also tells you what percentage you could drop there. You could survive a 78% drop in the price of Pulse, which is very safe in my opinion. You're collateralized at 500%. And then just the information on the bottom just gives you some eyeball numbers. So you can spit it out right away. It tells you just how much money in Pulse you would have to have and what liquidation rates would be there. So if you just look at 1,000%, you'd be protected from an 89% drop, and you would have to have $1 million worth of Pulse in there.
Gotcha.
And one final thing is the yellow box on the bottom. That's a custom field. You can put in any collateral ratio you want. So say you wanted to do 731, you could put that in there, and it'll calculate how much Pulse would need, how much your Pulse would need to be worth, and what.
Can I do that now?
Yeah, go for it.
731.
Yeah,
okay. So 731. Okay, cool. So the value I'd need is $731,000 worth of Pulse.
Yep, it's easy with round numbers with 100,000. So
sure.
Million. Yeah, but then you're protected from an 84.95% drop in the price. So you'd have time. That never happens in one day. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but usually it takes days, weeks, if not months. So if you're using the other parts of the protocol and you have USDL in the stability pool, just sitting there as a hedge, you can pull it out and then pay off some of the loans to increase your ratio that way. Or say you wanted to use half of your Pulse when you started and you're delegating it, you know, to earn yield over there. You could take that Pulse and then dump it back into the vault to increase your ratio that way as well. So there's lots of different options you can do.
Yeah, I mean, I think the stability pool is an amazing place to park your USDL, because you've just got it there earning, obviously, the liquidated Pulse and the loan token, but you can pull it out, like you said, if you need it, and then pay off your loan if the market starts turning against you. This is amazing, dude. Sorry,
and it's working for you too. It's making you loan token. It's earning you loan token in yield, and it's also earning you Pulse liquidations, if there are any liquidations. You know, we try to educate people not to get close to that dangerous level, but you know, some people still might do it. It could happen. But you know, if there are liquidations, you're getting yield in that, and everything stays entirely enclosed in the system. It goes to the people that participate in the protocol, and then the loan token that you are received. Just so you know, the first year is the biggest rewards you'll ever get when it's released from the pool. Every year after, the rate at which you earn being a stability provider halves. So you earn half as much the next year. Just like Bitcoin has a halving every 4 years, every year you'll earn half as much loan token for being a stability provider.
Yeah, I mean, the loan token, man, is the liquid loans. There's a lot more to liquid loans than just being a borrowing and lending protocol. And the loan token is a huge, is a huge part of that. It's the fee generating token. So if you can get your hands on that, like you said, and then you've got that halving every year. So the next year, being a stability pool provider, you only get 50%, and then 25 and 12.5 and what's not. So obviously incentivizes people to get in early and provide stability. This is amazing, man. Thank you so much for doing this. And if people don't know about this and this is the first time seeing it, just tell them again where they can go and find it.
Yeah, so you can go to our website, liquidloans.io, for an all up-to-date information. There's reward information about our referral program. The quickest place to get the most up-to-date information besides the website is probably our Telegram. So t.me/liquidloans.
Yep.
The spreadsheet that I have is in the pinned messages, or you can just type !calc, CALC, short calculator. It'll pop up the link directly so you can go to it. And all the strategies, you can see them just by typing !strats, and then that'll pop up everybody's strategies. So you can take a look at what's available there.
Amazing, dude. This is really good. I mean, it makes it so simple. And not only can you put in a certain amount of pulse and the price prediction that you think and the USDL loan amount, but you've also got the alternative ratios below. So if you want to think, well, hang on, maybe I don't need to be 1,000, maybe I want to be 500 and what's not, you know, you can see how much pulse you'd need and also how much in percentage terms, then the price of pulse would have to drop for you to be up for liquidation. So it makes it super, it makes it idiot proof for people like me.
Please, come on, man, you're a smart guy. But yeah, just puts everything out there in front of you so you can just see it right away. And like I said, once the DApp is up and running, there's a lot of great devs going into building that. It'll do all these calculations for you instantly and let you know what you need to do as well.
Yeah, but it's good to see it laid out here so simply in like different colors, just highlighting, you know, what's what. So just going back to what you were saying before about being 1,000%, you know, collateralized, the market would have to dip 89, let's say 90%, rounded up 1%, you know, just for my OCD. That's not going to happen pretty much. Again, nothing's out of the question, but how often do you see, you know, even like, you know, a solid top 100 drop in one day, never mind a blockchain, you know, the token of a blockchain. So, I mean, how much did Bitcoin drop back in May last year when we had that, you know, big crash? 50%?
I don't know, was it last year or 2 years ago after the virus thing? I'm not even sure how much. I think the most probably was like around 80. I'm not positive though. I'd have to go back and look it up. I just know that
I was talking about, sorry, I was talking about not the Corona dump, but I was talking about May 2021. So, you know, I think we were at the first top basically of the year. I think it was around 60,000K and it dropped.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it was it about 50%? Not even 50%, you know, so.
I don't know. I'd have to go look it up, to be honest. I don't have any Bitcoin anymore, man.
Sure, no, of course. But as we know, you know, that's the first mover in the market and that's still the biggest market cap and it's got the most liquidity. And even that, you know, of course,
you just don't see 89% in one day. Like, it's usually over, at the minimum, a span of days. I'd say weeks or months even for that big. And like I said, Christian, our CEO, looked up on TradingView how much Ethereum has dumped the most in one day and how much Hex had dumped, and neither of them were more than, I think it was like low 60s, like 62 to 64% in one day. So if you're collateralized, like I said, anything over that, I think you're pretty good. I mean, 600% protects you from an 81.67% drop if you just look at the sheet. Even at 400%, you're protected from a 72.5% drop. So it just depends on how much risk you want to have. And then the nicest thing about liquid loans is you don't have to answer to any bank. Like, you are your own bank. You control how much collateral and risk you want to have in there. If you want to be really safe, put in freaking 20,000, 20,000%. Put in 5%. There's on Liquidity, this is a fork of Liquidity's protocol. There are accounts that have 5,000% collateral, or 5,000% collateralized on there. So it's really how much risk you want to take personally.
Absolutely. And also you should have an eye on the market, you know, so if you see the market turning against you, like you said, pull some money out of the stability pool if you've got some there, or top up your collateral. Either way, let's go back to Hex, that's had like a 70% retracement since the all-time high in September. That's happened over like 4 months. So
yeah, it was mid-September, I think, was the high. I think we hit around 51 cents. We might have wicked up a little higher.
100%. So that's what I mean. You've got you've got time. It's going to be very, very rare that you wake up one day and the market's dumped. I mean, even in the Corona thing, I'm not sure how much it dumped, but even if a lot of that was a wick down as well, then it obviously stabilized somewhere. So the good thing about liquid loans is it's not, I hear a lot of questions like, what about a scam wick and that, this and that. Liquid loans isn't an automatic liquidation process. Someone has to go in there and press the button, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Now, I mean, it is manual, but people will be able to code bots. There's nothing you can do to stop it. It's open source. So, if you look at some Liquidity and some of the other forks, there are bots that are in there, but they will execute if it's not favorable for the transaction. So, I mean, if you know how to develop, go code a bot. But yeah, it needs to be manually pushed. So there's always a chance that people don't push it right away, at which point you could try to add some more collateral.
Yeah, exactly. Keep an eye on the markets, have some USDL and some Pulse on hand to either pay back some loan, top up your collateral, and like we've talked about before, someone might even use this as a stop loss. If they think that the market's going to turn, they might even mint more USDL, decreasing their collateral position, and then wait to be liquidated and then go and scoop up some more on a DEX like PulseX. So yeah, so many different plays and the ways to use, obviously, the PulseChain ecosystem with liquid loans. What other strategies are you bullish on or do you like, apart from your own, obviously?
I love Haunted Strategy. Red Squirrel, he's got a lot of the similar ideas I do. He evaluates the market, the conditions. It's a little different what he focuses on, but yeah, his is great. Hot Pearls is great. She was big on the loan token. We just had some come out. The Long Vacation actually put one together into real estate, and you want to use loans to actually get real estate. You can mint USDL as a loan. You'll go buy real estate. You'll take a loan out on that. I believe that's how it works. I don't have it in front of me. And then you can take that money from that loan from the real estate and actually buy Pulse and top up your vault that way too.
Great.
People are coming up with crazy things that they can do, because once you get that USDL as a loan, it's 0% interest, no term to pay back. So however you want to spend your money, whether it's frivolous things like a Lambo or luxury stuff, trips, you can do that. But if you want to invest that, real estate's a great place to do that. You can buy more crypto, you can buy more HEX. I think HEX will be a big thing. You'll be able to take, because people can extract value from Pulse, they'll be able to go into HEX and put in 10+ year stakes to maximize their T-shares. They won't have to worry, oh, I need money in 5 years because I can get it from my Pulse. I can mint what, I'm holding my asset. Hopefully it goes up in value. I'll put in stakes to earn maximum yield with my T-shares.
Yeah. I mean, there's the HEX Maxi strategy. There's so many ways you can do it. And I always say to people, obviously, there's not going to be no one size fits all. I'm sure you heard Christian say it on an interview that I did with him recently. It's so good that we have all these different community members who are coming up with different strategies, because everyone's in a different part of their life. The markets are changing all the time. And, a core thing that I've learned in my life is you've got to stay flexible. And this is not just about crypto, it's life, right? Because life is not, doesn't go to plan always. So it's good to be flexible and have all these strategies. It's really, really good, man. It's so good to see, you and Hopperall and the Long Vacation. I need to look at that one a bit more, because I know that one is going to be good for the people that want to invest into real estate. I think it's so funny as well that we always say Lambo. It's just the typical thing that crypto investors want to get, right? But not everyone.
It's the code word.
Exactly. Sean asks, is there one location to find all of these strategies? Hexicat, what do you say about that?
Yeah, in the Telegram group, you can just go there and then type !strats. Or you can look in the pinned messages. They're all in there. There's actually a collage pinned together, so you can see them once.
Yeah, you can compare them. So t.me/liquid loans, pinned messages, you'll find all the strategies there. So another thing I want to talk about is the referral program. It's just gone live last week. Exciting times. That's the prerequisite for the SAC phase. What do you think about the referral program? Are you using it? Have you got a link, your own link?
Yeah, I haven't set it up yet, but I'll probably set up my own link. I don't. Every time I talk to people out in my family and stuff about crypto, they think I'm crazy.
Sure. So join the club.
My mom doesn't get it. She's an older generation. My brother, I got him into HEX a little bit, but I'll definitely be sending out some people. Hopefully they'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy, guys. If you haven't heard about the referral program yet, do head over to liquidloans.io/refer. There's a video there by yours truly, or you can read all the steps on there. Very, very simple, but you get yourself a referral code, share it with the world, social media, all that good stuff. And you get a certain bonus percentage. They get a certain bonus percentage. It really is a win-win for referral programs. Listen, dude, I really appreciate you. Not only all your help, coming into the chats and helping out, but also, creating your own strategy, coming up with a calculator. It really, really has shown, people what's possible with liquid loans. Where can people find out more about you?
Yeah, man, I'm on Telegram, Hexicat. On Twitter, people probably see me on there too. Same thing, Hexicat. That's pretty much it, man. I'm usually around Telegram and Twitter.
Cool, dude. Well, thanks a lot for coming on, showing us your strategy, showing us the calc. I really appreciate it. You'll have to come back on soon while, when things go live, and we can talk about what's going on and the whole ecosystem then.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Hopefully I can get my streaming hardware set up eventually.
Sure. Listen, tech issues, like for everyone watching, me and Hexicat had a few tech issues getting this sorted, but we powered through, perseverance, and here we are. So yeah, thanks, dude, and I'll catch you soon.
All right. Awesome, man. Have a good one.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, do hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you're notified every time we drop new videos. You can like the video, share the video with someone who you think it may benefit. And if you're watching on the playback, you can also drop a comment down below for the algo. It always helps us out. Also, again, on that referral program, if you want any more info, do head over to liquidloans.io/refer. If you do have any questions, jump into our Telegram group, t.me/liquidloans, and one of our superstar admins will help you out pretty much immediately. They're there 24/7 answering your questions. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.